It's awards time. Let's start it off hot. AL MVP.
Are
Are we going in the same
we
order?
going?
Yeah, let's go
Same
to the
order?
same order.
Aaron Judge. I feel like it's his to lose. Same
Ben,
thing with my
yeah.
National League pick.
Ben's with you there. Ben picked Judge.
Aaron Judge plus 185 on FanDuel today.
I am going to run as soon as we're done recording and throw on that because I also have Judge going back to back to back.
Woo! We
Yeah.
swept the board. Four
I mean,
Aaron Judges.
it's his to lose. I feel
It
like
is.
you pick
I
him
agree.
until he lose. Like it's his to
The
lose.
only thing that gives me concern is voter fatigue, and that goes for both American League and National League.
Yeah, but if they
Like,
put up
at
the
some
numbers
point,
they've been
are they-
putting up,
But at some point, are they going to look for reasons to vote against them? Or even if they
feel
have,
like
numbers,
I feel like the media tried to give it a reason to last year with Raleigh with 60 homers as a catcher, and it just wasn't enough. The level that Aaron Judge is playing at, I mean, the man batted over 300 last year. Like, if you're going to have his power numbers and that average, nobody in the AL is going to touch you unless
Right.
maybe J-Rod pushes 45 homers. Like, because of the stolen bases, like Judge won't have that. But like to me, unless Witt or J-Rod pushes 40 homers, it's just not going to be a conversation if Aaron Judge stays healthy.
right? The only other person in baseball that could have kind of even approached that would be Soto, and now he's not even in the American League; he's in the National League.
Yeah.
So let's go NL MVP.
Shohei Ohtani. Like I think it's his to lose. Like I said, Judge, it's the same. It's his to lose.
Ben's with you there. Ben has
Yeah.
Ohtani.
I actually went Shohei Ohtani.
But I actually want Juan Soto. Gets his first MVP.
I mean, you have the Mets as the 1 seed. So I do
Yeah.
think like something to be said for that. Like
That's my
if
thing.
Soto leads his team to a 1 seed, I know winning doesn't normally dictate these things, but you talked about looking for a reason to give somebody else an award.
Right.
I think then it could play a role.
Like, I think it needs to be another big market team that could do that. And
I mean, last year
unless-
Soto was he 40-40?
I don't know. He might have.
I
I don't know
think
if he was 40-40. I
40-30.
think he was 40-30.
40-30, which is like that's
But
the
if
most
he
stolen
pushes-
bases. That's about
if he
third of stolen
pushes-
bases.
If he
That's
pushes
cool.
40-40, the same way that I
Yeah.
talked about the way, I mean, I know that we've talked at length about Ohtani as a pitcher. It's not like he's an ace anymore. So
Right.
the pitching, the advantage it once gave him where it was insurmountable, I don't think that's the case if Soto batted 290, 40-40 and led his team to the 1 seed.
Yeah, I just think, kind of like you're saying with Soto, is if the Mets are going to be the 1 seed, he's going to have to be the one that carries them there.
Mhm.
You know, as much as Lindor kind of is the face and has been, it needs to be Soto. And a big market team needs to be the one that unseats a Judge or an Ohtani. And there's just not that big market in the American League. Like if Cal Raleigh was, a Yankee and Judge was an Angel, then I think Raleigh might have won because you have that big market media amplifying it. But because you had the better player in the bigger market, they didn't give them that chance. So if a Soto in a New York market can get that same amplification that an Ohtani does in LA,
Mhm.
Soto could very well be the MVP.
Yeah, I think that's possible.
Let's go American League Cy Young.
I put Tyreek Skubal.
Scooble. Back to back to back.
Back to back to back, or
You have
or-
the three guys all going back to back to back. The MVPs and
or
the AL.
I do, or I put
I mean, or this is
I put
prediction.
or I put Brian Wu.
No. No,
Pick
you have
one
to
have
commit
the
to
record
one.
show. Who does the record show? Wu or Scooble?
Skubal.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to go. I mean, if I picked him to be the best pitcher in MLB or top 10, I have to back it up and pick him as the Cy Young.
Ben has Garrett Crochet winning the Cy Young.
Dylan also has Garrett Crochet winning the Cy Young because I think that these guys are just so close, and I think to three-peat, it has to be definitive. At least to me, to three-peat an award, it has to be definitive. And I thought Crochet pushed him last year. I think Crochet is going to push him this year.
Yeah, I don't have Crochet or Scooble.
Yeah,
I have
shocker.
Brian Wu. This is not as bad as Ryan Pepio, okay?
Yeah,
Or
your
I
boy
think-
Hunter Green can't pick him now.
Who says I can't? I make the rules.
I mean, he's hurt.
Yeah, I should
Or
go back and
I
switch
think,
to
I
Brian
think
Wu.
one year I had Reed Detmers as my Cy Young pick.
You did.
But this time I'm going Brian Wu.
That's who I was gonna go with.
I think Wu's a good pick, a good value pick.
So the show went Crochet over Scoop.
And let's see if the National League Cy Young has any back-to-back winners.
Paul Skeens.
You're going Paul Skeens?
Paul Skeens.
Not Sanchez, not your boy.
No, but that's who Ben went. Christopher Sanchez.
I went Paul Skeens. Best pitcher alive.
Well, I chose the number one pitcher in all of baseball, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. You know,
Ooh.
I thought Dylan was a Yamamoto guy, but apparently he's a Skeens guy.
I mean, I love Yamamoto. Skeens is different.
I think we saw.
Don't worry. Soon Skeens will be winning AL Cy Youngs on the Yankees, and then Yamamoto could start cleaning them up on the
I
Dodgers.
just think this year, especially if he gets more wins now that the Pirates kind of worked on their offense a bit, it's going to be hard for Sanchez to compete if Skeens puts up the same
It'd be hard
numbers.
for anybody to compete.
Like
man.
it's just
I just think Yamamoto, we might have seen another level of him unlocked in the World Series. And if that carries over, he is going to be Skeens level good. Now for the most fun award, the Manager of the Year. Who do we have as the American League Manager of the Year?
I got Dan Wilson from the Mariners.
Yeah, I mean, we have the Mariners going far, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Ben has Mark Kotsay of the A's. They don't have a home city yet, but they have a Manager of the Year.
I can't believe I did this, but I went Aaron Boone. I have the Yankees as the 1 seed.
So
They're
They
in the
were the-
best. They're
were they
in the
not the
best.
1 seed in 2024?
I don't. Were they? Were they 1? They were. I mean, but they had just gotten Soto. Like, I don't know, man. But,
You have 6 teams in the playoffs.
yeah,
You couldn't pick any 5 other managers.
he's never won one.
Yeah, I wonder why. I wonder why.
Listen, I think being the 1 seed in winning
Do all
the
the other
toughest
managers
division
die in the middle of the season?
and winning the toughest division I mean, I just texted you in parentheses somehow
Yes, I want to know why.
because I think they're going to win a lot of games, and I think them
But
running
what-
it back is going to be more in his favor because people aren't going to be able to say that it was the roster.
It's a world where Aaron Boone wins the American League Manager of the Year is a scary, scary place. Because think about it, what needs to happen
I mean,
for Boone to start getting.
do you not think that here's my thing. I think that they could have the best record in baseball.
I think their ceiling is best record in baseball. I think
So
if you
I have them as the 1 seed reaching that ceiling.
But I mean, Boone has won over 100 games in a season multiple times.
Yeah, and
But Boone
I
also
think
has
they
Aaron
finally-
Judge.
I think they finally reward him for it.
Like for what? Writing Aaron Judge in his scorecard. Like
I don't think any other team has an impressive enough of a season.
see,
The Toronto
that's
falls
what I'm looking
back.
for.
Toronto falls back. Boston doesn't take enough of a leap. Seattle, I have them as a 5 seed. They're falling back in mine. Detroit, I guess you could go with, but I don't know.
That's what I was looking for. Is nobody else is as impressive. So when all else fails, just give it to Boone. But that would be the joke. Boone wins Manager of the Year. Yankees reward him with another extension.
I just think that nobody else will be quite as deserving based on my standings. I didn't think to go with non-playoff teams like Ben.
I mean, I went with Dan Wilson of Seattle because Seattle going to the World Series in my book.
But Manager of the Years before then. It's a regular season
Yes,
thing.
but I have
I have them as a 5 seed. Why would I pick him? They were just a 2 last year.
You're right.
Reward them for losing 3 seeds.
I mean, I have the Mariners as a 1 seed, so I get the thinking behind that. It's just I just feel like there's so much stink around Aaron Boone when it comes to this stuff.
There is today, but if he finishes the season with the best record in baseball, I think there'd be less stink.
I think I can guarantee that if the Yankees broke the win record this season, people will still find more things to complain about than compliment Boone.
Well,
tell me I'm wrong.
I think that's more of a fandom issue then.
True. But so I have Dan Wilson of Seattle winning the American League Manager of the Year. Let's go National League Manager of the Year.
Craig Counsell of the Cubs.
How come?
Because I feel like the Cubs are going to fight like they're going to win. They're going to win. They're going to win the National League Central, get the 3rd seed. I think I think they're just going to do really well.
Who was your 1 seed?
Dodgers.
And your 2?
Braves. So,
any thought towards the Braves manager?
I was going back and forth on that.
That's who Ben took, by the way. He took Walt Weiss of Atlanta.
Yeah.
Now, he does have Atlanta in the World Series.
I have
Atlanta as the 2 seed.
I went Craig Counsell as well. I have the Cubs as the 1 seed. So I think winning, the NL that the Dodgers play in, that's good enough for me.
I had the same exact thinking, and that's why I went Carlos Mendoza of the Mets. You win the National League.
You just get that BS for Boone and follow it up with Carlos Mendoza.
Yes, but so what that he's a Boone disciple? So what that he learned everything about managing from Aaron Boone? The Mets are going to the World Series.
The Yankees were going to the World Series in my prediction.
Yes, but we saw that movie.
Yeah, and it was a Juan Soto movie and an Aaron Judge movie. This is now the Aarons.
The Aarons?
The Aarons.
All right. Let's go home. Let's go Rookie of the Year. American League Rookie of the Year.
I got Trey Savage.
Now, does his injury that he has right now give you any concern?
No, because I feel like in the past thing, I feel like the pitchers have been getting, I think, like more votes for Rookie of the Year. Like they're looking, I think, like pitchers are drawing more attention and stuff. And I was looking at the American League thing, and it's like I didn't really see. I mean,
there's not somebody that really feels like a runaway.
Yeah,
like Schwarber, isn't a rookie this year. He ran over his innings and games played last year. I feel like Schlittler could have been the guy that would have ran away with it over his Savage.
Yeah, especially without the injury.
Ben also went you Savage.
Wow. I went Murakami. Going to be in a big market in Chicago. Going to be batting heart of the order. I almost
picked him too.
Big name.
Yeah, I went Chase DeLauder of the Guardians. He got a job starting opening day. I think there's just not much out there in the American League.
Well, there's McGonigal, I think, from Detroit.
Right, he's another one.
Yep.
I just think that the National League is much deeper with at least the surface level rookie pool, where it could be just about anybody's race in the American League. Although Savage, I think, is the betting favorite. I just think that injury concerns me, and he kind of pitched out of his mind in the playoffs, and I wonder how that carries over mentally the first bad start he has in the regular season.
Fair.
National League Rookie of the Year.
I wanted to pick Connor Griffin for this, but he got sent back down to AAA and isn't going to be on the team, so I'm not sure how much playing time, if he does get brought back up, how much playing time he's going to get. So I went JJ Weatherholt from the Cardinals. Because he's gonna be up and he's gonna play, I think, get a lot of playing time, which goes in his favor. But you also very well, I think, very well could be like Nolan McLean, too. But I like JJ Weatherholt more just because a lot of play time, offensive guy.
Not a bad idea. Weatherholt's a good pick. Ben took the homer route and went Nolan McLean. No, Mets.
Yeah.
I also went Nolan McLean. I think the path is just pretty clear, like the way John talked about. Like pitchers get a lot of recognition for this award. He plays on the Mets. He's kind of going to be relied upon to be one of their better starting pitchers as well. Got experience in the WBC. He's like a name that people already know too in the media. So that's where I landed with McLean. I also obviously think he's good. That's why he was on the WBC roster. I feel like that should have started with that. But yeah, obviously I also think he's going to be good.
I want Connor Griffin. I don't think the send down is going to weigh too much because that's just service time manipulation. It has to be.
You're not worried about like the play time?
I think once he comes up in June, everybody's going to forget about play time.
You know, he had a bad, not a great spring.
No, I mean the Pirates need to get these young guys playing, and especially if the lockout's incoming, they're going to do everything they can to kind of look good in the face of the media and the fans, so they can get some leverage in those negotiations with the players. So if that means playing some of these younger guys a year earlier than they would like, even with this service time manipulation, I think in the long run that's better for them in their, skeevy ways. So when Connor Griffin's playing in June and has a great summer, I think that'll win him the award, and nobody's going to remember how late he came up. There was one year in the American League, it was the year Gary Sanchez came up. I think that was 2016. He came up in like July, and he almost beat out Michael Fulmer for AL Rookie of the Year. And that was a very weak award.
Mm.
So I can see a hot start from Griffin kind of propelling himself there, especially if McLean or Weatherholt or whoever, even Carson Benj, doesn't really take control of it. AL home run leader. Who wins and how many home runs do they hit?
Well, I feel like if he's going to win MVP, he's also going to be the home run leader. Aaron Judge with 51 home runs.
Wow, lightweight for Judge.
Yeah.
Ben has Pete Alonso hitting 57 in Baltimore.
The dude's a homer, even when he's not being a homer. I mean, this is ridiculous. Yeah, I'll be going with Aaron Judge. I'm gonna say 64.
Damn. 64. That's why you didn't text me beforehand. You want to surprise me with it.
I didn't realize I was supposed to text you the number.
64. So he breaks the AL record again.
Yep.
Does he go on a hot run in September? Is this something we're watching in July like last time?
So a few years ago, he obviously breaks the home run record. Last year, his average was off the charts. I just think this year he puts them both together.
I don't disagree.
I think his bat. I think he is better at making contact, and he improves upon that. I mean, we saw in the WBC, like a lot of his hits were home runs.
I mean, it's kind of crazy to say, but he had a very down year from a power perspective last year.
Yeah, only 53.
Well, what I'm saying is like he always has those spurts where he'll go on, 10 plus homer months, where he'll have, 2 weeks where he hits like
right. I just think like he gets hot at some point when the weather gets warmer.
Right.
And he didn't last year and he had 53.
I mean, I'm with you. I have him at 56 leading the American League. It is kind of funny how Judge has never had a season in the 40s for home runs.
Yeah, John's got him sniffing it.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have him going full swing, though. Let's go National League. John, who do you have?
Well, as if it's going to be any surprise, Shohei Ohtani.
How many?
With 47.
Respectable.
47.
Down year for him.
Yeah, I'm gonna say not quite breaking full because I feel like because he's gonna be pitching this year too, full time and that, and I feel like, might have see a dip in offense there.
Ben has Kyle Schwarber, the Phillies, hitting 51 home runs.
That'd be nice. That'd be really nice.
I went Juan Soto. I think the pop is there. I have him hitting 49.
Dylan and I finally get to agree. Just the two of us. I have Soto, but I have Soto going 51.
Yeah, I didn't have him quite breaking 50. If he had a 50-40 season, though, that's a great way to get MVP.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he becomes the second 50-50 guy behind Ohtani.
Well, I don't know about all them stolen bases.
I mean, it's only
Soto doesn't really steal
40,
bases. He didn't
40,
really
and
steal
50-50
bases
at
though.
that point.
I mean, he just did it out of nowhere last year.
Yeah, because I mean that's about a third of his career, like stolen bases was last year. Like before that, he very.
That's what
stole
NL
bases.
Manager of the Year Carlos Mendoza
That's
does,
right.
dude. He
It
just
seems like-
unlocks.
AL Manager of the Year, Aaron Boone was scared to run him. To be fair, Aaron Boone is scared to run anybody.
Yeah,
Except-
Aaron Boone's scared to run Caballero.
He is. Like Caballero could be a 50 stolen base guy. If he gets on base 50 times, that's a different story.
Yeah.